My name is Evelyn, and I am 19 years old. People often say I'm pretty, but being pretty is not always a blessing. At Blackwood High, my life is far from easy. Boys chase after me, but when I turn them down, they become cruel.
Evelyn, who do you think you are?
The girls whisper behind my back, spreading rumors and calling me names. Their words cut deep, and their laughter echoes in my mind long after the school day is over. I feel alone most of the time, except for Jane. Jane is my best friend, my only friend. She stands up for me when others tear me down. Her courage amazes me, and her kindness reminds me that not everyone in the world is cruel. Then there's Liam Graves. He's different from everyone else. He's quiet, always sitting in the shadows, watching. At first, I think he's like the other boys, but he never approaches me, never tries to hurt me. He just watches. One day, when the boys go too far, pushing me, stealing my books, and calling me names, Liam steps in. He doesn't say a word. He just looks at them with his piercing blue eyes, and they scatter like leaves in the wind. Before I can thank him, he's gone. I don't understand him, but I feel like he's protecting me. Who is Liam Graves, and why does he always seem to appear when I need him most? That night, I hear it, the howl. Deep, haunting, and so close it sends shivers down my spine. I sit up in bed, my heart pounding as I peer out the window. The woods behind my house are dark, but something moves within the shadows. The next morning, I tell Jane about it. It sounded like a wolf. Jane's face pales.
The woods are dangerous at night, Evelyn. Promise me you won't go near them.
But I can't help myself. The howl calls to me, filling me with curiosity and fear. That night, I step into the woods, my flashlight trembling in my hands. The trees loom over me, their branches like claws. The air is cold, and every rustle makes me jump. And then I see them. Wolves. Their eyes glow in the dark, watching me. My breath catches as the largest wolf steps forward, its fur black as midnight and its eyes as blue as the ocean. It doesn't attack. Instead, it nuzzles my hand, its touch gentle. I freeze, unable to move. And then, just as quickly as they appeared, the wolves vanish into the shadows. The next day, I see Liam at school. His face is pale and there's a fresh cut on his cheek. His eyes meet mine briefly before he looks away. My heart races. Could it be? Determined to find answers, I return to the woods the following night. This time, I hide among the trees, watching and waiting. Hours pass, and just when I think I've imagined everything, he appears. Liam. He stands in the moonlight, his shoulders hunched as if carrying the weight of the world.
You shouldn't be here.
What are you? Liam turns to face me, and for a moment, I see the conflict in his eyes. Then, his body begins to change. His muscles ripple, fur sprouts from his skin, and his face elongates into a snout. In seconds, the boy I know is gone, replaced by the black wolf with piercing blue eyes. I should be terrified, but I'm not. The wolf steps closer, lowering its head. I reach out, my hand trembling, and touch its fur. It's warm and soft, and for a moment, the world feels still. Liam. The wolf retreats into the woods, leaving me alone with my racing thoughts. School becomes unbearable. The bullies, angry about the rumors I've started seeing Liam. That night, they follow me into the woods, laughing and taunting me. My fear grows as the shadows close in around us. And then, the howling begins. The wolves emerge, their eyes glowing like fire. The bullies scream, scrambling to escape. But the wolves are too fast. I watch in stunned silence as they chase the bullies away. When it's over, the largest wolf steps toward me, Liam. His eyes are filled with sorrow as he transforms back into a boy.
I didn't want you to see this side of me, but I couldn't let them hurt you.
Thank you. Liam begins to open up to me, revealing the truth about his life. He tells me about the curse that has haunted his family for generations, binding them to the woods and forcing them to live as wolves under the full moon.
I don't want to hurt anyone, but the wolf, it's part of me. I can't control it.
You're not a monster, Liam. You're more human than anyone I've ever met. Our bond grows stronger, but the danger surrounding us becomes impossible to ignore. A few days after the wolves saved me, Shadow, the black wolf pup, appears at my window late at night, his eyes glowing. In his mouth is a folded piece of paper. It drops the paper before disappearing into the darkness. I unfold the paper with trembling hands. The handwriting is messy, almost frantic, but unmistakably Liam's.
Evelyn, if you're reading this, it means I may not come back. There are things I've never told you, things I didn't want to burden you with. My family's curse ties us to the woods. It forces us to fight, protect, and sometimes destroy. You gave me hope when I thought I had none. No matter what happens, please remember, you are my light in the darkness. Yours forever, Liam.
The letter feels like a goodbye, but I refuse to accept it. I won't lose Liam to the curse or the dangers that surround us. The next day, whispers spread through the town. Strangers have arrived, armed and cold-eyed, asking questions about the wolves. Their leader, Thomas Drake, is an intimidating man with graying hair and a voice like steel. He claims to be here to protect the town, but his true intentions are clear. He's hunting the wolves. I notice Drake's eyes lingering on me more than once, as if he knows I'm connected to them. I try to avoid him, but that only seems to heighten his suspicion. One evening, Marissa visits me in secret. Her presence is commanding, and her sharp gray eyes pierce through me. She warns,
You need to be careful. Drake's family created the curse centuries ago. Their greed for power unleashed this burden on my kind, and now he wants to erase the evidence of their wrongdoing by destroying us.
Her words send a chill through me. If Drake succeeds, Liam and his pack will be wiped out, and I can't let that happen. That night, Liam takes me deeper into the woods than I've ever been. We stop at a hidden clearing surrounded by ancient trees, their bark etched with strange symbols. Other wolves appear, stepping out of the shadows. Among them is Daniel, a young wolf with fiery amber eyes and a scar running down his cheek.
Who is this human?
She's with me.
Daniel doesn't seem convinced, but Marissa steps forward and silences him with a...
This place is sacred to us. It's where the curse was born and where it must end. The curse can be broken, Evelyn, but it will require a great sacrifice.
Why should we risk everything for a human?
Because she's not just anyone. She's the reason I've stayed human this long.
Daniel's expression softens, but tension lingers in the air. I realize how much Liam has sacrificed for me, and how much more he's willing to give. The hunters grow bolder, setting traps and leaving warnings etched into tree trunks near the edge of the woods. One evening, as I walk home, I notice Drake and two of his men following me. My heart races as I quicken my pace, but they close the distance.
You've been spending a lot of time near the woods. Tell me, Evelyn, what do you know about the wolves?
I don't know what you're talking about. Before he can press further, a howl splits the air. Liam and Shadow emerge from the trees, their glowing eyes fierce and unrelenting. The hunters back away, but Drake's smirk sends a chill through me.
This isn't over.
Liam transforms back into his human form, his face pale with anger.
They'll keep coming. We need to be ready.
Marissa calls a meeting at the sacred clearing, where she explains the ritual that can break the curse.
It requires 3 sacred items: a moonlit flower, a silver dagger, and the ashes of the oldest tree in the forest. But the ritual comes with a price. The one who performs it must have a deep connection to the wolves and be willing to sacrifice everything.
I'll do it.
You've given enough, Liam.
This is my choice. Evelyn, I can't let you do this. And I can't lose you.
We'll do this together.
Prepare yourselves, the full moon is in 3 days.
The night of the full moon arrives, but before we can begin the ritual, the hunters attack. The woods erupt in chaos as wolves and hunters clash in a deadly battle. Daniel fights beside me, his claws flashing in the moonlight as he protects me from an approaching hunter. Shadow, now fully grown, leads a smaller group to outmaneuver the hunters, his bravery unmatched. Meanwhile, Liam confronts Drake in a brutal fight. Drake wields a silver blade, slashing at Liam with precision, but Liam refuses to back down. Blood stains the ground as their fight reaches its climax. "Liam!" I scream, but he doesn't look back. His focus is entirely on defeating Drake. With the hunters momentarily pushed back, we gather in the clearing to perform the ritual. The air is thick with tension. As I chant the ancient words, the items we gathered begin to glow. The final words of the ritual leave my lips. As the wolves begin to shift, one by one, they return to their human forms, free from the curse. Liam rushes to my side.
Evelyn! The curse is broken, but the ritual has taken its toll.
The former wolves gather round, their faces filled with gratitude. Among them, I see a man who looks like Liam's father.
You've saved us all. Liam's love for you gave him strength.
Drake, realizing he's lost, retreats with the remnants of his hunters. The woods, once filled with fear, feel peaceful for the first time in generations. The days pass, and life begins to return to normal. Jane stays by my side, helping me recover. But a part of me still feels tied to the woods. One day, as I was meditating, I hear it. A soft, familiar howl in the distance. I smile, knowing Liam is still watching over me, his love as strong as ever. Shadow sits beside me, his bright blue eyes a reminder of everything we've been through. The love we shared, the sacrifices we made, and the bond we forged will never fade.
Did you enjoy the video? If you enjoyed the story, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you'll never miss a new video. Drop a comment to let us know what you think. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next post.